Marc Márquez's dominance throughout the 2025 season should have put Ducati at ease. However, the Spanish legend's World Championship victory has placed Borgo Panigale in its most challenging position in a decade. What initially seemed like a major victory for Ducati, Marquez's contract has now become a ticking time bomb, with renewal negotiations stalled and Honda looming large. Is Marquez's contract extension really in jeopardy? Let's discuss it. When he left Honda in 2023, Marquez joined the satellite Gresini team for virtually no salary. He received only bonuses and sponsorship support, which made him free to ride and rebuild his career. Moving to the factory, Ducati team in 2024 doesn't change his situation significantly. His salary is only €3 million, a paltry sum for a rider with 8 world titles who is now back in the saddle after the 2025 season. Compare that to his previous salary at Honda, €20 million per season. Now, after bringing Ducati back to prominence, Marquez is demanding justice. He is reportedly asking for €12–15 million per season, a figure Ducati has never offered to any rider. This is a figure Ducati has never offered to any rider. Borgo Panigale is accustomed to the philosophy that the machine is the star, not the rider. However, Marquez has turned that doctrine on its head. Ducati realizes that this time, the true star is Marc Márquez, not the GP25 or the GP26. According to reports from the paddock, contract negotiations between Marquez and Ducati began long before his injury. The talks continued intensely in recent weeks before coming to a complete halt without resolution. Marquez personally chose to postpone the entire process, a decision that immediately raised major questions at the Borgo Panigale headquarters. This decision was not made without reason. Marquez wanted to see how the GP26 engine performed and what its characteristics were. Ducati has shown an up-and-down pattern in recent years. The GP24 was a near-perfect package, but the GP25 had so many flaws that engineers had to revert to the old engine concept. Marquez wants to ensure that the next-generation engine is worth the risk for his future. Furthermore, Marquez has been quietly monitoring Honda's development, which is reportedly making significant progress ahead of the 2027 technical regulation changes. This makes him reluctant to make a hasty decision. On the other hand, he is considering Ducati's financial stability, especially after Audi, Ducati's parent company, suffered significant losses in 2024. This situation is believed to have the potential to impact the racing team's budget. Considering all this, Marquez knows he's in a good position. His contract runs until 2026, which gives him the freedom to wait until midway through next season to decide on his next big move. Ducati? They are in the opposite position. The red team doesn't have the luxury of time, and each day of uncertainty increases internal anxiety. Marc Márquez's return to Honda, the manufacturer that made his name and led him to glory, would be one of the most dramatic stories in the history of modern MotoGP. Imagine Marquez returning to his old team just in time for the introduction of the 2027 engine regulations, which promise major technological and competitive changes. His return would mean more than just a reunion between rider and manufacturer. It would be a monumental narrative about bringing Honda back to the top after leaving them in a prolonged crisis. It wouldn't be an ordinary return. It would be a story bordering on mythology, a legend returning to his homeland to rebuild a crumbling empire. Marquez knows the weight of the story. Honda understands its emotional and commercial value. Ducati, on the other hand, is beginning to sense the threat of a potentially huge story. So it's no surprise that Honda is prepared to offer Marquez a staggering salary, which Ducati seems unable to match, especially amid Audi's budget tightening. This season, the Ducati GP25 has revealed some concerning weaknesses. Considered immature and less refined than the GP24, the bike has even forced Ducati to revert to an older engine concept they had previously abandoned. This puts Marc Márquez in a crucial position. The performance of the GP26 is not only important for his future, but also determines the direction of his career. If the GP26 is not competitive, and Ducati cannot guarantee significant progress, the door could be wide open for a return to Honda. As MotoGP prepares for major changes in 2027, Honda could offer Marquez a more appealing comeback opportunity, which might be hard for a legend hungry for victory and eager to write the next chapter of his career to resist. Conversely, Hervé Poncharal, the former Tech 3 boss, bluntly stated, "Bagnaya's problems are psychological. Seeing Marquez hide the same bike's weaknesses is mentally devastating. Bagnaia, a two-time world champion with Ducati, is now at rock bottom. Mentally devastated, his performance has plummeted, and he's losing ground to Marquez, even when Marquez's bike is having problems. If Ducati raises Marquez's salary to €15 million, how will Bagnaia, who earns significantly less, accept it? The team's balance could be compromised." One crucial issue hasn't received much recognition. Audi, Ducati's parent company, has suffered significant losses through 2024. This has forced Audi to gradually reduce funding for racing projects, including motorcycle development and, most sensitively, rider salaries. This is the root of the problem. Marc Márquez's salary is no longer simply a matter of ego, reputation, or the prestige of being an 8-time world champion. It has become a practical issue. Ducati needs cash, but Audi is cutting funding. This combination makes negotiations even more complicated and stressful. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty surrounding his contract negotiations, Marquez received a special award from the FIM. The award celebrates not only his reclaimed world title, but also the incredible resilience he has displayed over the years by overcoming injury, pain, and the risk of losing his career. His decision to risk his future in order to return to competing at the highest level is considered one of the most iconic comebacks in modern sporting history. Ducati has finally announced the official launch date for its latest motorcycle, the GP26. Since then, all eyes have been on Marquez. The new motorcycle will be unveiled on January 19th in the Italian Dolomites. Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia are expected to appear together at the event, which will be a highlight for the MotoGP world. This is no ordinary launch event. For Ducati, today is a defining moment for the future of their project. It will be a testament to whether they can maintain internal harmony, especially amid the significant dynamics surrounding Marquez. Everyone will be watching Marquez closely. Will he appear with a satisfied smile, indicating his comfort and desire to stay? Or will his expression and body language signal that he is considering leaving? Ducati's future is now truly hanging in the balance. With the team demanding the highest salaries in history, management pressuring the technical division, and Honda threatening to return to the legend, it's clear that a pivotal moment is approaching. The January 19th launch of the GP26 isn't just about introducing a new bike to the world. It will determine the direction of Marc Márquez's career, the internal stability of Ducati, and the future of their entire project for years to come. Everything is at stake at that moment. Will Ducati meet Marquez's demands, or will we witness Marquez's epic return to Honda? Let us know your thoughts below.